Hello again. If you're watching this, then you are wanting to learn how to create your own YouTube channel. It's pretty simple, so I'll take you through the steps pretty quickly, and then if you need to, you can rewatch and pause where you need to. The first thing that you need to do is go to Google, and here you would simply need to type in either Gmail or Create Gmail. Either one of them is fine, but in order to have your own YouTube channel, you do in fact need to have your own Gmail. So if you don't have one, you need to create one. If you have one, then you can skip this step and move on to the next one, which I'll get to in just a second. When you go into Create Gmail, it's pretty simple there too. You just need to follow the steps on the screen and click this big red button that says Create an Account. Here you enter your first and last name, you choose your username, it can be whatever you like. If it is taken, Google will give you suggestions on another possibility. Usually what they do is they take the username you chose and they add numbers to it, but I would definitely go with something you could remember. So if they do want you to add numbers, if I were you, I would try to add some numbers that you would actually remember. You could go simple, like maybe your favorite number, your kid's birthday, your birthday, something like that to help you remember your actual email address. And then of course you choose your password, doing the same thing, following the steps they give you. Once you've created your Gmail, you then go to YouTube and sign in. To get to YouTube, all you got to do is type in YouTube and it brings up this page. You then sign in over here. You have several options there. If you have people on your computer, like I do, who have signed in to their Gmail, then it is possible that you will have several options. If you are not included in one of these options, you simply have to click Use Another Account, and you can type in your email right here. I'm included, so I'm going to go with my Gmail. And it sends a message to my phone, which I have right here, asking me if it is me, which I say yes. And then it allows me to get in. If you don't have Gmail on your phone, it won't go through all that. It'll just move you forward. Now, once you get into YouTube, you want to go to your specific channel if you're looking to upload videos, which I'm assuming is what most of you are doing with this. So all you have to do is click on your icon. Now your icon may not have a picture. As a matter of fact, if you just created it, it probably won't have a picture. I have edited and updated my stuff, so mine has a picture. As a matter of fact, I need to update that picture. But if not, it'll just have the letter or some kind of initial up there in regards to your stuff. So you just click that. You then select your channel, and it brings up your specific channel. Now, most likely your channel is just going to show either your playlist or your favorites, or it's possible if you've never created anything or created any kind of playlist in YouTube that it's blank. It's nothing to worry about. You can easily start adding content right from this page. So what you do is you go up here to this icon that is, it looks like a camcorder or a video recorder with a plus sign in it, and select it. You have two options. You can upload a video or you can go live. Now, if you go live, it records directly from your computer. It starts recording you in that moment. So if I were to click go live right now, my camera on my computer would come on and it would start recording me. However, I also show up live on YouTube. A lot of people have the option on YouTube to watch stuff live. If you're in a place with low internet service, it's possible that you can't, but a lot of people can. So I would not suggest recording in this way. If I were you, I would record your videos prior to adding them to YouTube, and then I would upload them to YouTube. This allows several things. If you mess up on your video, which I can tell you from personal experience happens a lot, you can simply redo it. You can also edit your video. The extent of what you edit your video depends on your computer or your device's capabilities. Most devices only allow you to simply trim your video, meaning like you cut off the end or you cut off the beginning of it. Some devices will allow you more. I personally have a video app on my iPad that allows me to do a lot of stuff with it, but that's something that I pay for, so that's your own personal preference there. Anyway, I'm going to choose upload video, and then it brings me to this screen. Now, of course, I can drag and drop stuff from files, like if I wanted to drag this over here, drag my recycle bin over here. I'm not going to do that. But easiest way is to select files, and most of the time it's going to bring you up to like this. I was already in my videos. So I go down to videos, and I pull up my stuff. Now, as you can see, I've recorded several that, like I said, you're probably going to mess up more than once. The last one I recorded for you guys was how to embed a YouTube video. So I'm going to go with that one because I want to upload it now. And now it's in the process of starting to upload my video. It asks me if I want to change the name. You can change it to whatever you want. Keep in mind that after you've named your YouTube video, you can still always go back and change it later. So you don't have to worry about the name too much, but it's not easy to change your YouTube video name. I had to actually look and figure out how to do it. So I would recommend trying to name it whatever you want to stick with from the beginning. Down here, I am going to add a little description saying that this is for MPHS teachers, or maybe I'll say MPISD teachers in case they want to share it to other schools. And I might put the year. You don't have to put all this. As a matter of fact, you don't have to put a description at all if you don't want to. You then have some other options. You can add in a playlist like music that you want to add to it, which I don't think you'll have reason for that, but you can also add a thumbnail. A thumbnail is simply an image that shows up in the right-hand corner and on the main page of your video. So while your video is still in dead stop, you know, like when you're scrolling through the YouTube videos and you're looking at YouTube stuff and you see that still image on the YouTube video screen, that's essentially what it's asking for, is what you want that image to be. I should probably look more into this because my still image is awful, but either way, I don't typically mess with this. It also is what shows up down here, like when you're actually on the video. So I don't really mess with that stuff. I just kind of go with it, but feel free to if you want. You do, of course, need to answer whether or not it is for kids. All of our videos, hopefully, will be for children. The reason why YouTube asks you this is because they want to know if they need to restrict viewing to your videos. And if you say that, yes, it is for kids, you basically make an agreement with YouTube saying that there's nothing inappropriate in your video. If there is something inappropriate and they discover it, they will pull your video, just so you know. Not that we're doing any of that. I seriously doubt that's going to be us. Now, something to notice in the bottom, this video does have 50 minutes or 49 minutes left to upload. So you do need to prepare for that. Making videos is time consuming, guys. It's time consuming to make them. You're going to mess up a bunch of times. It is also time consuming to edit them. And finally, yes, it is time consuming to upload them. But one thing about it, once you've created them and uploaded them, they are there forever and always in the future. And so they're really easy to access and use again. So that is definitely an advantage to them. So if I'm happy with all this, I can go on, even though it's still not done uploading. It's going to work in the background while I move forward. It asks me some more options about my video, about the elements, and if I want to add an end screen, things like that. I don't want to do all that. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just trying to allow my kids more access to classroom information, so I'm going to skip through that. It asks me some vital information that will matter to y'all. So basically it wants to know how you want to publish it. You have three options here. You can make it private, meaning that only you and the people you choose can watch this video. I would not recommend this. You are more than welcome to do this, but I personally would not do this. Now, this, like I said, is a personal preference. So if you've ever sent out a Google Doc link, like in Google Documents, you created a file and you've sent that file to someone because you either want them to view it or edit it or give you feedback on it in some way. You want them to have access to it. If you send that file out as view only to those people, you then get a message when they go to access it. They click on the link and they are given a message saying that they do not have permission yet to get into the link, and that Google Docs then sends you a message asking you or requesting you to give them permission. You can then select to give them permission and they can get in. That is how this works. If you select private, you can give the kids the link, but every single kid that accesses the video will send you a message by clicking on the link, and you will have to go in and individually allow each kid to watch your video. I personally do not want to mess with all that, and I'm not putting anything in my videos that's going to upset me or bother me. I also am not upset or bothered by my image being out there in the public, so I am going to choose public. This means that anybody can watch my video at all. I'm also going to set it up so the minute the video is uploaded, it's live, meaning anybody can click on it from that moment forward. To be quite honest with you guys, I can tell you right now, I've had a lot of videos posted on YouTube, and I'm lucky if 10 people watch them. So, and I say lucky, I mean, I'm surprised, I guess, if 10 people watch them. But if you're really bothered by this and you don't want the private option, you can also do the unlisted option. What this means is that your video is not live to anyone in the public. It's kind of in between private and public, right? But it's also not private extreme, meaning if you send someone the link to your video, then they are allowed to watch it without you having to accept them in. So if you are bothered by the idea of your image being out there, so to speak, or just don't like the idea of yourself being on YouTube, then definitely this is probably the way to go. You can select unlisted, then you can share your link with just your specific students and allow them to watch it that way. But like I said, I'm not worried about it, so I clicked public. Now, this allows me to schedule a specific date that my video goes live and time zone. I'm not going to worry about that. I really don't want that. I might have even messed up. No, I didn't. I really don't want that. But if you want to go ahead and load your video, but you don't want it to show up till Thursday, then that's what you can do there. I'm good with, like I said, mine going live immediately. It does tell you to check the following. You can get in trouble, guys, if kids appear in the video and you don't have permission for them. You should not be recording your classrooms unless you've gotten specific permission from administration to do that. If you have, great, then that's between you and administration and those kids and their parents, of course. But if you have not gotten specific permission to do that, then you shouldn't do that. Keep in mind that we have to have that stuff on file, so that's just something to keep in mind. And then, of course, overall, look for content guidance. Don't put inappropriate stuff in your video, essentially. Once I've gone through all of this, I still have 43 minutes left, but I can go ahead and publish, I believe. And I get this message essentially telling me that my video will premiere once it uploads. In order to keep it, it says to keep this browser tab open until upload completes. So essentially I have to keep my browser open. I can close this little box, okay, then it uploads in my background, right? But I can't close out this browser. Now, why does this matter to you? Well, for starters, I can't, using my computer is going to be difficult. I can use it, but I'm going to have to open a new browser to use it altogether. I can't mess with this browser. So I would probably need to come over here and open Microsoft Edge if I wanted to do other stuff in the computer. Also, anything I do in the computer that requires online stuff or really memory to a large degree is going to take bandwidth and time. Probably not memory as much as the bandwidth. If I'm trying to access the internet and still work in Schoology and all that kind of stuff, then I definitely want to just leave this alone. I would highly suggest that you just leave it. If you don't mess with it and you don't mess with other stuff, it is going to upload and move faster, and really you're just better off that way. They do take time. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys, and I will see you in the next video.